the permanent secretary, of the judiciary, who is also the accounting officer, and that is the Dr. Pius Bigirimana. So you let us welcome him. I want to thank you for your partnership and continuing the journey with you, and we want to thank those who are reporting accurately, and we also forgive those who misreport, and hope that they will repent after the resurrection of Jesus and they will start reporting accurately. So, with those words, allow me to welcome the permanent secretary to give us a brief. You are welcome, Doctor.
I hope you can hear me very well. Last week, I was given questions. I was informed by the communications officer that the media wanted to get answers to a number of questions. And there were 18 questions. And I told her that I'm going to respond to all of them. And this morning, I'm going to respond to them briefly. But for purpose of being on record, I have prepared a written response which I give you, so that you don't panic writing and just listen to me, then you get the details in the written report. Isn't that better? Yeah. And then go back to the questions one by one. The first question was on what is in the last quarter of the financial year. I mean, the question was that we are in the last quarter of the financial year, 2022-2023. What have I prepared as the budget for the judicial next financial year? I think that is the question. What do I have in the budget for the next financial year? Now, the answer is this: that the judicial has prepared and submitted the budget of 392.5 billion for the financial year 2023-2024, up from 391.9 for this year. This is an indication of a slight increase of 10.59 billion. And this 10.859 billion is made to cater for the retirement benefits. As you are all aware, the administration of the Judicial Act came into force, and justices and judges who retire are entitled to retirement benefits, which must be paid promptly. So this extra money that is being given to us will cater for that. So the wage, we have got 180 billion in the budget. Non-wage, we have got 220 billion, and development, we have got 62 billion, which comes to 392 billion. So I hope I've answered the first question. The second question was, what should we expect as judicial priorities this time around? And my answer to that is that I've got a number of areas which I'm going to highlight. The first one is the construction and renovation of courts. And in particular, we are going to focus on completing the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal. These two twin towers you are seeing here must be completed this year. And I'm happy to inform you that the Supreme Court is almost 90%. When you live here, you pass the IDC, you find that the tower is getting completed. That is why you can see we have really removed the scaffoldings. This one is at around 85%, meaning that there are a few things that have to be sorted out. But we have also to complete the construction of the following courts: Soroti, Rukunjini, and Toro High Court buildings. Aripatong, Jantonde, Udaka Chief Magistrates Court. Abim, Patongo, and Karina Magistrates Court 1. So those will be completed. But I think before I do the Court of Appeal Supreme Court, I've seen many times misquoting, not to give you correct information. These twin towers, each has got 10, not 7, 10 towers. 2 are in the basement. 8 are up. Actually, the 8th is where we shall have the tanks, we shall have the lift machines, and so on and so forth, and some office up there. That's the 8th. So we have got 10 in total, together with the Court of Appeal, 7. 7th is a conference hall. The whole of it is a conference hall, which will be used to handle conferences, seminars, workshops for judicial officers. So if we go back to the main areas in transport, during this financial year, we plan to procure, the coming financial year, we procure 65 vehicles, and the rest you will find in this document. We are also going to enhance use of information communication technology in courts. The electronic court case management information system will be enhanced. We are going to acquire what we call a judgment writing tool for judicial officers. Maybe you might want to know what is the judgment writing tool. This is a tool that will aid the judicial officers in the process of judgment writing to guarantee the standard of the produced judgments. So you will get the details in this document. We are also going to focus on reducing case backlog. We are going to focus on promotion of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. We are also going to concentrate and focus on the provision of alternative source of power, so that when we are having our system on, we don't have blackouts. The other area is the information communication technology, which is going to be rolled out. We started with 7 courts, we are going to roll out to other courts. You will find all these details here. The other question was to do with security for judicial officers. I can assure you, government will continue to provide security for not only judicial officers but all employees, because we value these people's lives. But there was a question that why are you looking for a whooping 1.6 to buy armored cars? I want to tell you that we are not buying armored cars. Whoever told you was telling you lies. We have a demand for armoring fine vehicles, not buying armored cars. Those are two different things. And it's being done because of the security assessment that was made by the security agencies. You recall that in the past we had people to join and the case was gunned down because of the sensitive role she played. The principal judge there was an attempt on his life, if you remember, on the Masaka Road. And many other principals here have been threatened. So government found it important to see how these people can be secured in the face of those threats. The other question was, is it true that judges are going to get armored cars? I'm saying no, they are not. But where it is found necessary, I'm saying they will be handled that way. The other question was that there has been a serious demand for vehicles for the judicial officers, and last year we tried to purchase some of them, including motorcycles. Now I want to inform you that all judges and justices have been covered. We have got 21 justices, all of them have got vehicles. We have got 69 judges, all of them are covered. So there's nobody who is walking. All of them have got serviceable vehicles. All registrars are covered. All the registrars, including my brother here, is covered. All heads of departments are covered. 55 chief magistrates are covered. 22 magistrates grade 1 are covered. And in this coming financial year, we're going to cover more of the chief magistrates and magistrates grade 1 so that they can do their work. Another question was to do with the proposed to construct homes for judicial officers in outreach districts like Nyaruguru. You said, what became of this? Well, I can assure you there is still plan to construct institutional housing for judicial officers, especially those areas you have identified. But once we get the money, we shall do that. But for the time being, we are concentrating on making sure that where the operate from the courts are habitable. Now, there is another question which was actually a repetition. When will the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal be open? I can assure you this year, 2023, these courts will be ready. We shall start with this one, which is almost maybe by June, July, but even the other one, before the end of the year, we shall be entering them. The other question was, there was a suspension of the construction of Buran in the regional courts of appeal. When do we expect the judiciary to embark on the construction? Now, you know what took place in government concentrated on fighting COVID and Ebola. So most of the money went into all that. It's not yet. We are going to get money in the near future and have the two regional courts of appeal constructed. The other question was, what about the Twin Towers of Supreme Court and Court of Appeal being under construction? You are saying that I held a press conference some time back and said the work will be completed in 2 years. That is by December 2022. That was last year. Why has the process been concluded? I think you didn't get me proper. I said by the end of 2022, the civil works will be complete. That's what I said. Civil works meaning that the building will be ready, but there are other extras that were to be fixed, like heat, ventilation, and air conditioning, which are ongoing, like ICT, which is ongoing, like firefighting equipment, which is ongoing. All of these were not part of what I was talking about to be completed 2022. And in fact, when I told you that 7th floor, I mean the 11th floor was not part of it. It was an additional floor that was put here to accommodate conference facilities. But we are on course, as I have told you. We are on course. We are not. We shall finish this year. The other question was to do with the criteria used to choose the building currently hosting the Supreme Court premises. And to tell you how much is it for renting this building. Now, the criteria used for selecting the building was on the following. One, availability of the required space, first of all. That's criteria number one. Is the space available? Two, the building had to be a standalone building. Why? Because of security concerns. We wanted to have a place where we can be in charge of the building. Third, we needed also to have a premise that has got separate entry points for the judges and the public. And of course, the inmates. Fourth was to be in the vicinity to the judiciary quarters. I mean, it would have been very difficult to have a building that is in Kaweko or Beogere. So we needed a building that's very there. We needed a building which has got facilities that can be turned into cells or storage for exhibits. And also, we wanted a building that is within the reasonable range as far as value is concerned. In other words, be competitive. So that building which the current Supreme Court is using fits that description. But as we finish this one, and the Supreme Court judges move to this one, we are going to have the International Crimes Division in that building, and also the Anti-Corruption Court. Because where they are right now is too small, but security-wise it's also not appropriate. So we shall move them there. The rent is 270 million per month, including value-added tax. The last question, no, not the last question. The 16th question was, you said it's just for PR purposes. But then who wrote these questions? Sheila, who volunteered these questions? All of them. Okay. They are saying just for PR means public relations, isn't it? Since you joined judiciary, we see a lot of transformation. For instance, the number of judicial officers has increased, courts have been built, new circuits have been launched, which wasn't the case previously. What magic are you using, or how different are you doing work at the judiciary that others are not doing? That's a very difficult question. Let me tell you my response. I'm saying that there is no magic that is being used. You know, Iranians are used to superstition, magicians. There's nothing magical here. Actually, what is happening here is just a question of leadership, management, mobilization of resources, building teams, integrity, professionalism, and hard work. That's it. That's all. His worship ceremony is here. I found him here. He can even tell you himself what has happened. That mobilization, that creating a conducive environment for people to do their work and thinking out of the box. That's what has happened. Do we understand the business we are in? Yes. You can ask me what happened to people. If people are not understanding, I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question. I'm answering the question when I'm here. Having a positive mind, I have told these people here that in order for you to succeed, you must have a positive mind. When you are doing work and you start thinking of failing, you have failed already. Because that's a mentality problem. I've written a book. Please, I want you to read. Those of you who can read. It's called Unchained. A public servant with a private sector mindset. I want you to read that book. Because what I'm telling you, I put in that book. Basically, things are not moving because public servants have got a very negative mentality. They don't have the balanced mentality. Some of them don't understand who they are. So, first of all, you must know who you are. The conceptual clarity is the understanding of the business you are in, and then you have a positive mind. But also, it's important when you have got a leadership that understands the business. So, what we are trying to do here is to create that culture of understanding the business we are in. Okay? When you have got a balanced mentality, you create a fertile ground for transformative ideas of innovation and creativity. So, the 17th question was, please, can you share some of the milestones in yesterday since you assumed office? Now, this is a long story. I cannot share with you all the things that I have done, but I have put an annex which is going to show you since I came here what I have done. And to start with was the enactment of Administration of Judicial Act. I found that act in Parliament, by the way. I found it there. It was moving up and down. Just because of some reasons which I discovered. You will find them in the attachment. But we wanted to do some kakuyegi. You know, when you humble yourself, you eventually get what you want. You know, there were some egos here. Parliament, where Parliament, you can refuse to pass your laws. Then the judiciary was saying, we are the judiciary. We can rule against you. So Parliament said, okay, if you can rule against us, let's wait and see. So we managed to break that ice. I remember when I went to Parliament, they asked me that question. I submitted and said, we are humble servants. It's not good to have an inflated ego. Respect each other. Respect for each other is very important. If I am in an office, His Worship Kalemani is in his office, I should respect him, much as I'm senior to him. But I should respect him because he has got a responsibility. I have a responsibility. A driver is a driver, has got responsibility. Respect the driver. Respect the secretary. Respect the commissioner. Respect for each other is very important for things to move. And this is the culture that we are trying to inculcate here. Respect for each other. Because everybody matters here. It's like an engine with so many parts. If one part of the engine is not working, the vehicle will not move. So that's what I'm putting in my annex. Then two, there was an issue of the budget enhancement, which we managed to achieve from 199 billion they found to 380. That was not an achievement. Then go to infrastructure, you have seen for yourselves. Then ICT, transport, expand the structure of judicial staff and their salary enhancement, recruitment, health insurance. All of these are the achievements we have had. But although you ask me, what have I achieved? Let me tell you, I can't achieve anything without support from the rest. I would be like a lonely traveler if I don't have other people on board. And remember what I told you, that the vehicle cannot move if one of the parts of the vehicle is not there. Even if you have got a beautiful engine of the vehicle and you don't have tires, that vehicle will not move. So our achievement is a collective responsibility. All of us have played a very big role. But being the accounting officer, I can report what you have achieved because I'm accountable to Parliament for the money they gave me to utilize here in the judicial, which I manage. So you find all this in the annex. The final question is, actually it's not a question, it's, you are saying, is anything else to add or is anything else to say? Let me say this as I conclude. Public servants, because I'm a public servant, must, as a matter of necessity, underlying necessity, develop a private sector mindset. And I'm saying this because in the private sector, if you don't produce, you cannot get profits. And your job is at risk. You are in the private sector, you don't perform and they will dismiss you. But in the private public service, you find the people doing things routinely, they come and eat and drink tea and read newspapers, sometimes they don't finish their work. That is not the mentality that should be in the public sector. That should be the private sector mindset. They should put on spectacles that see the immense opportunities available in Uganda, which must be tapped for socio-economic development of our people. Finally, they must resist from corruption. Corruption is a cancer. And by the way, we talk about it, just people take it lightly. It's a very, very dangerous thing. Some of these developed countries, you see, have developed because they have fought corruption. Because imagine money which is stolen, which would have built roads, which would have built classrooms, which would have built health centers. You return the progress. In Asia, some people died as a result of this. They were killed because of the corruption. So we have tried in the judiciary to see how we can address this matter. You will find the details in this annex. So, on that note, let me stop here. If there are 2 or 3 questions on top of what you had asked me, I'm ready to answer and then we'll close this session. Thank you very much.